Well, hello there, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. And yeah, yesterday I noticed a new ban list. So I went ahead, printed it out, and I'd like to discuss it with you real quick. And again, this was updated the 20th. So yeah, that was actually yesterday. So that's pretty cool. So I got it on day one, uploading on day two, because, I'm terrible at doing things. This isn't the biggest ban list change. This is literally an 8-card shuffle. We only had one card join the rank of the banned cards, so not a lot changing there. Literally just Zodiac Barrage went from limited to 1 to banned. Again, Zodiacs we're about to just be out of absolute control, so a lot of steps were taken for that. One that's confusing to me, but maybe not to you, was Eva. Went from 3 to 1. It's a cute little fairy, and I'm going to talk about the cards here in a second. I actually pulled them up in the app. This way I didn't have to dig up cards or try to find cards I just didn't own to do this. Another one that got limited to 1 was the Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo. That's fine. I don't really play Prank Kids. Kind of upset to see a Prank Kid card on here. They are just kind of fun cards, so I'm sure there's a good reason. I'll probably notice something when I check out the effect. Fire Formation Tanky, probably due to the Zodiacs. Again, there's so many Beast Warrior decks out there that eventually Tanky had to be limited. Luckily, we still can use Tensu and get the extra normal summons, so that's kind of cool. But really, that's just, I don't know. I just don't know. So that's really it. There were 3 cards that went to 1, and they were all from... No, it was more than... No, there was 3. 3 to 1, and they were all at 3. We got a couple cards going to 2. Nessie's coming up from limited from 1 to 2. Malicious is staying held. Performable Skull Crobat Joker seems to have made his way back up to 2 from 1, which is kind of cool because he came from the ban list last time. And last up, we've got the Emergency Teleport from 1 to 2. I'm going to enjoy doing this for some Psychic decks. It's going to add a whole nother level of consistency, and I'm almost wondering if we can try to rebuild Teledad at this point. I'm going to give a good go to that. And Double Iris Magician from 2 to 3, no longer on the list at all. So a nice little power up for you guys and your Pendulum Magicians. So, let's talk about the big thing. The big thing, guys. Dragoon. Why didn't he get hit? Why didn't Dragoon get hit? I know that Dragoon is a big pain in everybody's side, but if we can just logically talk this one out, at least from my viewpoint, Dragoon is a total non-issue for any skill level of player. Solemn Strikes, common, gave away with the Machina structure decks. Given away in Dual Devastator, had a handful of printings. Solemn Strike is something that you should probably own by now. And if not, it's not going to break your budget to go out and pick them up. I did a whole card of the week segment on them. It's a great card. And again, we can use this to destroy Predaplant Verde Anaconda, because Predaplant Verde Anaconda is one of the easiest ways to go into Dragoon. And it makes it a 3-card engine in the main deck, and any deck that can, just spam 2 cards real quick to the board can link 2 into Predaplant Verde Anaconda. No worries, no problems. So the problem is you got to get around Verde Anaconda. Look, so maybe you don't have the strikes. Effect Veiler is another card I did a card of the week of, and is just another fantastic multiple print run, great hand trap in the game. And again, I don't see why we're not using that to counter it. So just anytime it goes to use its effect, or even when it's summoned, just take care of the Verde Anaconda. And again, if you negate the effect, you use the strike portion in response, or the effect veiler in response, that's going to offload their 1 Red Eyes Fusion, because again, it's generally just a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Dark Magician, and the Red Eyes Fusion spell. It's usually just a 3-card package added to a deck, and sometimes it makes the deck 43 cards. I've seen so many players that I've play tested with online just absolutely just add it to the top of the deck. Here's my 40 card deck, and I'm just going to go ahead and add these 3 because I don't want to make any cuts. It makes perfect sense. So let's say you don't get around to beating him that way. The next best way is, since again, we got to deal with the fact that he can't be targeted or whatever, just play some kaiju cards. Okay, Gamma CL, again, super easy to get a hold of. If you don't have Gamma CL, maybe you're playing a different deck. Maybe you're playing something like Cyber Dragons, which is just equally as effective anyway. So you'll have Jizukuru anyway, because you're going to be able to make Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. Do that. Make that play happen. And because it's part of the game rule of tributing the monster in order to play the card, that's like a rule cost, you can off-board Dragoon no issue every time. So again, there's just, to me, it's confusing how everybody is so worried about Dragoon. Yes, it's a very shiny card. Yes, it was released once. Yes, there's a great way to consistently play it. But, you know, the last time I was in a card shop where I saw a copy of Predator Plane Verde Anaconda in the case, it was $60 and my friend bought it. And the last time I saw Dragoon, it was like $80 in a case. I did not check them up online today before making this video. I just didn't have the time to do that. But roughly, that's a $150 combo. Because you figure you're going to add the Red Eyes, the Dark Magician, and the Red Eyes Fusion. And again, you can go common with all three of those. So, like, that's, like, not even an issue. But you're probably going to foil them out because, you know, it looks cool. And again, with Predator Plane Verde Anaconda, I think it was only released in Dual Overload, maybe? It was either Dual Power or Dual Overload. I want to say it was Dual Overload. And the 2020 Megatin being the only source for Dragoon. Again, I don't think they're going to hit the ban list until they see some reprints. Once those cards see some reprints, again, Konami treating this game as a business. It makes more business sense to have some high-value cards like that pressure the secondary market sales. Once the card is proven to be good in tournaments and everything, you're going to see that driving the price. And of course, this is going to help clean off the primary market shelves. So that's going to be your department stores, your local hobby stores, and then again, the online retailers, the primary market. And then once the primary market's clean, that product has been fully moved, then we'll probably get to see some reprints. And then once we see some reprints, we may see it happen. Now, again, if they're going to attack Dragoon, the smartest way for them to do that is going to be to use the ban list and attack the best card on that list. And that is the Predator Plane Verde Anaconda, because it has the most playability. And it's not just going to hurt Dragoon. It's going to hurt a lot of other decks that use fusion or polymerization type spells. And that would be the best point. The point here is, again, it's not so much Dragoon is the problem. Dragoon, I don't even really see very often in even at locals. I went to the last few locals, and I think I saw out of 30 players, one player use a Dragoon once. And that was in 3 full tournaments. So you draw your own conclusions. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Let's talk about the cards that actually saw the changes on the list. So let's start with the Zodiac Barrage. So this continuous spell, you target a face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon a Zodiac monster from your deck. Use this effective barrage only once per turn. If this card is destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target a Zodiac Xyz monster you control. Attach this to that monster from the graveyard as Xyz material, which is kind of amazing. And again, target a face-up card you control, break that, and if you do, special summon one from your deck. So you're going to just play this, target itself, special summon, and then be able to board it as Xyz material. That's probably a bit strong, and probably the reason it got banned. As far as the 2/1s, Fire Formation Tanky is something we should all be fairly familiar with, especially in Speed Duel right now. When this card is activated, you can add a level 4 lower Beast Warrior from the deck to your hand. And again, this is like all the Zodiacs, I believe. All Beast Warrior monsters you control gain 100 attack. It's a static bonus. It does stack if you had multiple copies. And you can only activate 1 copy of this spell card per turn. So it was good. It was like a reinforcement of the army for the Beast Warriors. I used this in Ancient Warriors a lot. It was very fun. I used it with Gladiator Beasts to get a couple specific characters. I never got around to building a Fire Formation deck. I got a bunch of the cards getting ready to do that. And obviously, I'm going to have to build a more Tensu-centric build now, which is totally fine by me. But it's a good card, and I do understand. I do get this. And again, with the Zodiacs, you could have just played the Tanky, get one card to your hand, and then you play the Barrage, destroy the Tanky, and get another card to your hand. I mean, I get it, guys. That made sense to me. Eva down to 1. If this is sent to the graveyard, again, this could be from the deck, so this is something that Mathematician can kick off, Foolish Burial can kick it off, and I'm sure there's other cards. You can banish up to 2 other light fairy monsters from the field and or graveyard, add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairies with different names from the deck to the hand except Eva. Control this effective Eva once per turn. If I was going to be playing a Herald control deck, this would be an excellent time for me to get green and orange light to make sure that I can cancel out either a spell or a monster effect or both, depending on what the remainder of my hand is. So I get where this one's coming from. But I was unaware that Fairy Control was going to be super, super potent right now. So maybe you guys can inform me down in the comments section why that one's actually on here. But I think that's probably like the best guess I've got. The third one that went to 1. Wasn't there a third one that went to 1? Yes. Sorry, that was in the extra deck, and that was the Meow Meow Moo. Come on, focus. All right, it's not going to focus. Let's go ahead and get the big pick. So one level 4 lower Prank Kids monster. Again, I'm assuming this is one of those like the loop starters or the combo starter cards. You can only link summon one of these per turn, which is fine. Now you can only link summon 1 per game. If a Prank Kids monster you control would tribute itself to activate its effect during your opponent's turn, you can banish this that you control or from the graveyard. Instead of tributing that monster, you can only use this effect once per turn. And again, I get it. That's going to help you extend. So good card, great card, and definitely deserving of a limit to 1. And again, I'm sure if Prank Kids act up, they will go ahead and hit it with the Banhammer pretty hard. Going up to 2, we got Nessie. Nessie is one of our level 7 dangers, which is actually really cool. You get to play Peekaboo and hide and go seek with these guys, so you reveal this from your hand. Your opponent then has to choose 1 card from your entire hand at random. Discard the card. If the discarded card was not Nessie, you get to special summon Nessie. And if you do special summon Nessie, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, and again, it doesn't have to be by its own effect, it could be any effect that discards, or it could be cost since it doesn't say by effect. You can add 1 danger card from your deck to your hand except Nessie. You can only use this effect once per turn. And again, this allows you to search more effectively, maybe get the Thunderbirds, maybe get the Bigfoots if you needed a little quick draw, or another summon Chupacabra, Jackalope, all of the characters. So again, it's kind of cool to see Nessie coming back up to 2. I get why you went down to 1, but I think it's going to be good, especially for the rank 7 overlay plays. I do think that that's going to be pretty amazing. Emergency Teleport was a great pick here. Special summon a level 3 or lower Psychic from your hand or deck. Banish it during the end phase of the turn. Again, I'm excited. I'm going to look up one of the older builds for Teledad, and I'm going to see if I can't rebuild Teledad with 2 of these. I think this is going to be amazing, and I hope that everybody gets to enjoy that. What was the last one? Skull Crobat. So as a link, as a pendulum, when this card is, you cannot pendulum summon monsters except Performable, Magician, Pendulum monsters, and Odd Eyes. This effect cannot be negated. Again, he is a scale 8, which is pretty good. He is a 4-star, and as a monster, when this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 Performable, Magician, Pendulum, or Odd Eyes monster from deck to hand except Skull Crobat. And again, this is going to kind of make those Pendulum Magician decks come back a little harder. And I can't wait to see people playing that again. Which should lead us to our last card. And the last card was Double Iris Magician, and this one's going back all the way up to 3. And again, this is going to be a scale 8. As a scale, once per turn, target a Dark Spellcaster type you control, apply this effect to it, then destroy this card. Once applied, double any battle damage the monster inflicts to the opponents this turn as if it battled an opponent's monster. So, I'm pretty sure this is for like an Odd Eyes thing. It's okay though. This card is always treated as a Pendulum Dragon, which is also special. And as a monster, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add 1 Pendulum Graph card from deck to hand. Again, it's just a really good card. And again, I don't think that they think it's going to over-centralize anything, and that's why we're getting it back. So, if you guys have any insight on some of these that maybe I missed, let us know down in the comments section. I'd like to invite everybody to look down there. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. And you know what? Just do me one favor, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.